Hello, this is Willy Booger, and I just got through using a very cool product. I was on a mission to build a smaller rig that's very quick, powerful, with options. So I needed an amplifier for my pedals, and the Seymour Duncan Powerstage 200. So Seymour Duncan makes it. The model name is Powerstage 200, and they have different ones, 150 watt ones. This one's a 200 watt version, mono, not stereo. They do have a stereo version as well. So today it's an amp that's on your pedal, and we're gonna go step by step and show you everything here. And so you can run it straight to a passive speaker cabinet like this one. I got it going through a Mojo Tone. They're light series, very light, 18-pound. So that's a light rig here, straight out a power speaker cable, straight into it. Or sometimes some musicians, these days, they don't even want to see a speaker at some places. They just want you to show up with your pedal board, but you can do that also with this and not use the wattage. You got a cab out, simulated cab, or you can take it off, EQ, or you can take that out. So let's take a closer look at it and show you some benefits that definitely might be something you're interested in, or something that could help you out. Okay, well, here we go, the bird's eye view of the pedal rig that you just saw, and it's active. So I got, clean sound. And then I actually add this too, just for that extra push. That's my noise gate. So it's pushed really hard. So let's hear what it sounds like really quick. And I got my reverb on, and now I got my Silos delay on. And I got that on the tape. So here's my chain really quick. Here we go. It says the OCD, plug straight into there. Going into my heavy. A Full Tone makes this, OCD. Empress Effects makes this. This is called heavy. And great pedal, by the way. One of my favorites. And then we got my noise gate. That's going to keep the noise down when I turn up my guitar. If you're not familiar with the MXR MXR Smart Gate, it's very excellent in my opinion. It really helps me calm down any buzzing. And then a purple cable to my reverb, which is a Boss reverb. It's the RV6. And then into my newest delay pedal, which I love this thing. It sounds awesome. The Silos, it's made by Earthquaker Devices. Very killer. I love that the fact you can go digital, analog, and tape, and fine tune it and save it. So I can always recall it up immediately and don't have to start, if my knobs move around, it don't matter. Just put it on the number I want and I'm done. And then just out of the top, right into the input of this guy, the amplifier, 200 watt, Seymour Duncan, Powerstage 200, and you'll have a cab simulator and an EQ. You can activate it or bypass it, and what that's doing is you got it balanced out that can simulate. If you want a cab sim there or you want your EQ engaged, you can. So that's not about here or your speaker cabinet. That's just if you want to go line out. Balanced out XLR into a PA system, a recording system. But I got it mic'd out for this time. So straight out, mic'd out, so you can hear the speaker, the Mojo Tone speaker, the Neo speaker. You also got headphones. You can have no speaker plugged into it and just have headphones. So many things you can do with this that really makes it, if you need an all-arounder grab and go rig, this is really something to look at, because this guy is going to pump out good volume. You also have an aux end in this if you wanted to play a backing track on your phone, just a cable direct, and then your speaker load. Just the heavy on this. The heavy. And then, just so you know, this pedal, heavy pedal. I got this side just a little heavier, not crazy heavy, but you can go way heavier if you want. Thing has a lot of power too. So then the OCD pushing my lighter distortion on this. That sums that up. But now you're probably saying, well, that's great, but what does the balanced out sound like? With these EQ engaged and out, the sim cab engaged and out. What does that sound like? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more on this guy, since we know that now all the pedals. All right, so now you get a little bit closer view on this guy. But now we're only balanced out. I'll just unplug the speaker. Balanced out only. All right, that was my country picking good time. So I did the clean. I'm gonna do it with the EQ on. And now cab sim. So now I'm going to do, now the reason why you can disengage the cab simulator is if you already have an IR pedal, in other words, something that's going to simulate your cabs or whatnot. You can plug that still into the cab simulator and then send it out to your recording or your PA if you want to be more detailed with your IRs. This one just comes stock with a cab simulator that's just built in. One, that's it. Engage, not engage. So if you run into an IR pedal and have your favorite, you want to disengage your cab simulator here so it's unaffected signal going straight in. It's supposed to sound like that. Terrible, because it's expecting you to do your cab sim. So let me just engage that. Very cool features and very, you know, they didn't have this type of technology way back in, at least to get it, you know, it wasn't common. Put it on, to actually fit your amp on your pedal board. That wasn't heard of. So yeah, the technology is great. Gives you flexibility, and so very cool. It's helping me out. Well, thank you so much for joining with me. I always like jamming out, and definitely I hope you're jamming out too. Take care.